in the same order that we've covered topics in the class. Now, you can go to my website. Instead of typing all these things in by hand, you can go to my website, go to the Introduction to the Constitution, which is what this class is, and I have a list of references. So you go to a page, and that same page is right there. You just point and click with the mouse. That'll save you a lot of time and effort.
This website?
No. Now my website is listed on the first...
47?
Yeah.
44?
Page 47. Okay? And it shows where my references are. And so all of these are listed there, and you can then point and click. Now I'd like to go through some of these books and tell you which ones are some of my favorites. Okay, The Global Sovereign's Handbook, page 39. This book is $105, but it is worth it. Instead of going to the library and checking out, 15 or 30 books and getting a little bit here and a little bit there, this has basically got everything between two covers. You can't sit down and read it from cover to cover because your brain will explode. You got to read a chapter and then just going to sit there in a daze and absorb the information for a while. Okay? This is a very, very good book, and I haven't found anything in here which...
$25.
What's that?
It says here it's $25.
Not the Global Sovereign's Handbook.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Page 39. Right?
Okay, but I basically tell you where to get it, and you can look through this
Right here, yeah, here it is.
at the
Okay.
end. The Sovereign Individual, top of page 40, that is also really good for getting your spirits up to show you all the things that are happening that the government has no control over. And instead of thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to have another civil war, you're going, wow, there's actually light at the end of the tunnel. I can see how all this stuff is going to turn around, and 10, 20 years from now, things are all going to be better. Okay? It's going to take a little bit of work, but we can do it. Now, The Creature from Jekyll Island is an excellent book. Okay? And it tells you how they've stolen our money from us, our economy. If you don't want to do it that way, go back to page 43 to videotapes. The fourth one down on page 43, The Money Masters. That for $20, you can get this video. It's 3.5 hours. Now, I know that you've sat through movies that are that long. This will tell you detailed steps, all the stuff on how they stole our money. And you'll sit there and go, oh, man. Isn't it good?
Yeah.
It is an excellent... I've watched it about 3 times. I say, sit down. You got to see this. And we'll spend all evening learning about the money system. Now, for most people, I don't mention it. I just kind of like to let them... Because by now, they are already totally blown away. But this is a little bit more advanced group. Therefore, I highly recommend, on the bottom of page 40, Hologram of Liberty. It's written by Kenneth Royce, who uses that pen name of Boston Tea Party. And he's actually in Austin, Texas, I believe. I've been looking for him. But this book goes through the idea, the possibility that the Founding Fathers weren't trying to protect our rights. That they deliberately made Article 3 really small so that they couldn't have their strong central government, in 1789. So they decided to just set it up so that eventually they would have this strong central government. And I thought that sounded a little bit bizarre until I read the book. He makes some really strong arguments for it.
Page number, please.
That was at the bottom of page 40.
Thank you.
Okay. Lost Rights on the top of page 41 is excellent by James Bovard. And he's already come out with another one, Feeling Your Pain. Those are both good. Read the Communist Manifesto. You have to know what the enemy is doing. And I also have a book here. I don't know why it's not on my list, but it's the ABCs of Socialism. It's a real thin book, but basically you got to figure out how they're screwing you over before you can fix the problem. Okay, that's the last of the books. The videotapes. The very first videotape, 1776, is excellent. It is a musical, and it seems a little bit strange to have Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson dancing, but okay, you can get over that a little bit. And it talks about how all the stuff they had to go through to get the Declaration of Independence signed. When you realize how close we came to not even being the United States. It really is an excellent thing, and to the best of my knowledge, it is historically accurate. I didn't see anything in there that I knew for a fact was false.
Except for the singing and dancing.
The singing and dancing, yes. Money Masters, Waco, the Rules of Engagement. I have a video on the 10 planks. I think you've already seen that. Now, audio tapes. We're on page 45. If you want to start learning about the Constitution, go to Barnes & Noble and get this series. It is by Knowledge Products, and it is narrated by Walter Cronkite, the most trusted man in America. And basically, it is really excellent. Walter Cronkite talks about what was happening. George Washington is coming into town. They're getting ready to write the Constitution, and then they have actors and actresses doing the voices of Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and it's really, really good. I get goosebumps. It makes you feel like you're really there. And I have listened to this series wall to wall, the entire set, 4 times at least. When you're driving in the car, it's a really excellent thing to just pop in and listen to that. Another excellent series is audio archives from Reality Zone. The guy who wrote Jekyll from The Creature from Jekyll Island is responsible for all of these tapes. Edward Griffin, and they're on different subjects, and I've got those listed. One of my favorites is the I was a spy for Joseph Stalin. I mean, this guy lived it. And when you find out all the things they were doing, man, it just sends a chill. I mean, it's even more exciting than some of the James Bond things. So those are all really good. And also, if you have friends that are not quite as extreme as you are, and you don't want to scare them, by giving them all this stuff right up front, I strongly recommend How Tyranny Came to America by Joseph Sobran. You can get the audio tape for $5, which is pretty good. You can also download the text and just print it. You can have people read it. My parents think that I'm an extremist and a radical. They're paranoid that I'm going to get shot. But I gave this to them, and they went, "Oh, wow, yeah. We can see, basically what you're talking about." So that's a really good starter tape for any of your friends. And then the rest are websites. Basically, the best that you can do is basically do your own research. Find out whatever interests you. If you're interested in the Lodial title, or you're interested in taxes, or you're interested in the right to travel, there's a lot of stuff out there. And a lot of these websites point you to other websites. So the information is available if you want it. All you have to do is go out and find it. I want to remind you once again that now that you've attended the class, you are welcome to attend any future class for no additional charge.